Hello, whale fans. We're gathered here today because it's a real scary time and we really need to come together.
You know what's going on in the world?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a political storm this time. It's an actual storm.
The big one, hundreds of miles wide, Category 4, 130-mile gusts. It's scary and it's headed right for the Carolinas.
If you're in the Carolinas right now, or maybe Virginia, or perhaps
Northern Georgia.
then we have some advice for you, and we have some advice for the humanity on how to solve this.
Yes.
How to defeat Hurricane Florence.
With everything in life, there are countless solutions, which makes you wonder, why doesn't our government, which has $1 trillion budget for national defense, not defend us from these national threats upon our coasts?
They're basically asking you, the people of the Carolinas, to fend for yourselves. Yes, they might send in help, and that's great. But why not just make it so that this catastrophe never occurs?
Yeah, it feels like we're constantly reacting to a hurricane or a natural disaster. Why not take some proactive steps to, right, there's evacuations, but something more than that. You know, let's stop this thing, divert it, flip it upside down. Gotta try something.
Put a giant magnet in it, put another magnet in the middle of the Atlantic, and have it... Whoop.
Yeah, it's really not as complicated as you would think if we just, like, I feel like we're not even trying. You know, we pay our taxes, and for what? Like, why?
So we could have paved roads,
Right.
so we could have bridges,
Mm-hmm.
schools.
Yeah. And natural disasters. Scary. Scary world. So we have some theories about how to destroy Florence and all future hurricanes.
That's right, Florence, we're coming for you.
First, the Air Force. I mean, we have a force that operates in the air, in the atmosphere.
That we do.
Why aren't they doing something to stop this?
I mean, if you think about this, the science is there. We know. What do we know about hurricanes? We know they thrive on warm weather conditions. We know they come from the Africa region and hurtle towards the islands of the Americas and the United States of America.
Yes. Pressure zones, pressure differentials, temperature differentials.
Low pressure, high pressure, no pressure, lots of pressure.
We get it. Now let's use that knowledge to solve some problems. How about we throw some liquid nitrogen in the eye of the storm? How about that? It'll mix it up in it, lose some power. Ever think about that?
A hurricane is just wobbling just in a crazy manner, chaotically. It thrives on chaos. You put some liquid nitrogen in it, maybe it disintegrates. The eye of the storm might just spiral out of control until you got just a large rainstorm.
It's like, oh no, suddenly I'm in the Arctic. I don't like this. I don't want to live here anymore. Self-destruct?
Or just send a fighter jet to the Arctic Circle, pour a bunch of water on it. In those conditions, the water will freeze immediately. Speed the fighter jet right through the hurricane, right through the eye of the hurricane, and the temperature of the hurricane and the water below it will suddenly decrease, weakening the hurricane, perhaps rerouting it.
Yes. Yes. And it's not all about the Air Force. I mean, I think this could really bring two branches of our government together. How about the Navy, right? It's all up on that water. The Navy could be doing something. Tow an iceberg into the storm, have it swirl it around.
This rivalry between the Navy and the Air Force, it has to end. Look, we're defending the same country, the same freedoms, the same lives. Get it together. You're both great.
We're on the same team. And the Space Force could be doing something about this. Right? Harness the vacuum of space, suck up the storm.
That's something I might be interested in.
Why? I mean, the Space Force has to start doing something, right? I mean, besides the alien invasion, besides the ongoing alien invasion.
I mean, acquire a little wormhole, insert it into the eye of the hurricane, and the hurricane will be sucked up into a vacuum. Maybe it will be transported to the outer realms of the galaxy. I don't know where it will go, but it'll be gone.
Yes. It might attack, it might hit another planet, but maybe it's a bad boy planet. Maybe,
Like Uranus.
yes. Exactly.
And plus, it's so cold on Uranus that the hurricane's not really going to do well there.
Mhm.
Don't
Yeah.
send it to Venus. It might thrive in those conditions.
Yeah. I mean, Saturn has like an ongoing storm issue. So,
Hey, they're already dealing with it. What's another storm?
yeah,
Send another one.
exactly.
Or perhaps we could shoot a laser from one of our space stations right into the eye of the hurricane.
Lasers do stuff.
Laser to the eye.
Let's see what lasers can do.
I guess you could say, well, how do you know it won't worsen the conditions of the hurricane? I don't know. That's for the Space Force to research.
Well, at least we're trying, you know. At
Do
least we
something.
yeah. You know, you get points for trying, no points if you don't try. And why not harness the power of the storm? You know, we've got an energy crisis on our hands. That storm has, I don't know how many nuclear weapon equivalents, but a bunch. A whole bunch. And we could throw in a little turbine in there, have the world's largest generator, maybe hook it up to space. No more energy crisis.
Look, I'm sure you guys all support windmills, right? You could have thousands of windmills. You could have hundreds of thousands of windmills. But in just non-windy conditions, they only do so much. Put the windmill in the middle of a hurricane, it's the equivalent of millions of windmills.
It's a win-win. And with the conservation of energy, you know, we're essentially sucking the energy out of the storm, we're weakening the storm, we're storing the energy so we can use it for good things, like powering our iPads, you know, skateboards that roll by themselves.
Turning on your vape.
Yes, good things. So, there's that.
Oh, and one more thing. You all have ice makers, right? Go on your ice makers, release some ice cubes into a bowl, and donate it. Send the ice cubes, P.O. Box, Whale Boys International. We will take all the ice cubes, donate it to the Air Force, and have them drop it right over the hurricane.
Yes, we can come together, really get this figured out. Besides what our national security forces could be doing, there's also, you know, what we could tackle, like what is the cause of hurricanes. And Jasper here heard a very interesting theory going back to, say, was this middle school?
It was in 5th grade.
5th grade.
A very kind-hearted, intelligent, young African-American classmate revealed to the class a very interesting theory that her grandma had told her mom, and her mom had told her. She said hurricanes are not random acts of Mother Nature. No. Hurricanes are the ghosts of slaves. You see, hurricanes begin in Africa. They begin their journey.
Yes.
And they basically mimic the same path of the slave trade. Look at a map. Here, should we, here. See?
Here's the map. See?
The slave trade routes and the hurricane routes are generally the same.
Wow.
So some believe that it is the ghosts of the slaves, either, I don't know if they're seeking revenge or just letting off some steam, or just trying to let us know how messed up that whole thing was.
Whoa, that's interesting. It does make a little bit of sense.
Look, I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it's worth considering.
So then, in essence, hurricanes are giant ghosts? Or a collection of ghosts?
I haven't spoken to this classmate in many years. I saw on Facebook she was recently married, has a very healthy baby.
Very good.
I should probably send her a message and get more info.
So if they're ghosts, and they're upset, they have unfinished business, maybe we can start another branch of the military, the Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters!
Ghostbust that shit? Maybe vacuum up some ghosts?
But gently.
Yes, of course. We can give the
Have they-
ghosts counseling, have them deal with their trauma. Hey, we all feel bad about it. We do.
I feel very bad
But
about it.
will more destruction, more death. Is that gonna help anything? Is that really gonna? Is that really gonna help anybody?
I'm afraid not.
So
And ghosts are basically just deceased beings with unfinished business, right?
yes.
So if we can help them reach a peaceful
Mm-hmm.
conclusion, then I think they can finally move on to the next world.
Yes, they deserve to.
They deserve peace.
Yeah. Come to terms. Well, so many possible solutions, so many ways to
Defeat
the
Florence.
hurricanes and Florence specifically in this instance.
It's rough. It's rough out there on the seas right now, and as Florence is barreling down the Atlantic straight towards the Carolinas, we just want to wish everyone good luck and safety, and we fully recommend that if your local government asks you to evacuate, that you do. Don't be a hero. Your home is important, but your safety and your life is more important. So,
That's totally right. Leave the fighting of the storm to the federal government.
and the Ghostbusters,
Exactly.
who are a branch of the federal government, technically.
Yeah. Or are they a private enterprise? They might be a private enterprise. And that's okay. You know, we could have a company that's Ghostbusters and they make money and you can invest in them. That's fine too.
Let's leave it to the open markets and good old capitalism.
Yeah. That don't hurt nobody. And also, yeah, be safe. Take shelter. Evacuate if you're on the coast. Be careful out there.
And if you have a loved one that's saying, "I'm gonna stay in my house. I've been through this a bunch of times, and I'm gonna be fine." Use all your persuasion tactics to get them to go to the shelter, because they're probably old and not as strong as they were when they survived the hurricane in '89, Hurricane Hugo. They were probably strapping young lads and laddies back then, and now they're a little older. It just seems foolish to stick around.
Yeah.
Go to the shelter, man.
It's not worth it. Show them this video. Make a PowerPoint presentation. Convince them. You know, life is precious. It's invaluable. Is that the right one?
Yeah, valuable.
Valuable.
And invaluable. If we all come together and we use our resources, our tax money, our government funds, to really get to the bottom of this whole hurricane debacle,
We can do anything. I mean, we faked putting a man on the moon.
and we convinced a lot of people.
Yes.
If we
We do
can
amazing
fake putting
things.
a man on the moon, we can destroy a hurricane.
We can do anything. We just gotta try, right? That's the first step to getting anything done. Is, you know, getting started and trying.
Yes. I couldn't agree more, Will, dude. Trying is the first step in all good events.
Well, there you have it.
Good luck to you all, and to all good luck.